All right, we're getting you some big breaking news. The India versus Pakistan match will be played as per schedule. And the Pakistan tantrum has clearly failed after they said that we will play the World Cup, T20 World Cup, but we will not play against India. But now we are learning that it has been confirmed that Pakistan will be playing against India in Colombo. This is the NDTV news break, which we've confirmed first on NDTV right now, that India versus Pakistan match is on. And of course, this comes after 8 days, almost a week of Pakistan drama, which has now ended in a dud. Remember, it was the Pakistan Cricket Board which said that we will not be playing against India in Colombo. And for more on this, my sports editor, Rika Roy, now joining me live. Rika, we've been tracking this very closely. Of course, early in the day, we were talking about how there are 85 to 90% chances that Pakistan will play against India and it will perhaps take a U-turn. Tell us more about that. And of course, the saving grace. What face, what reasons will Pakistan now give for all the drama that they have been doing?
Well, Rahisha, now it's breaking on NDTV right now. Pakistan's reason for the U-turn is here. There is a press release that has been put out by the Bangladesh Cricket Board where they have thanked Pakistan for all the negotiations. And in the last line of the press release, here's what they say. Following my short visit, and this is what the Bangladesh Cricket Board President Aminul Bulbul says, following my short visit to Pakistan yesterday and given the forthcoming outcomes of our discussions, I request Pakistan to play the ICC T20 World Cup game on the 15th of February against India for the benefit of the entire cricket ecosystem. So Mr. Naqvi has been looking for a way out, what to tell his Prime Minister, what to tell the opposition, what to tell the people of his nation. Here's what he can clearly tell them now. So this is a way out for Pakistan and expect an announcement, a formal announcement in the next 24 hours, even though he has told people within the PCB that the match will be played. But this evening at the auction of one of the Pakistan Super League franchises, he continued to play hardball. He continued to say that Pakistan is not scared of anyone. Pakistan is not scared of any sanctions. He also said that Asim Munir continues to be an exemplary leader. He gave Asim Munir's example, and he continues to play hardball. But here's what Pakistan has in their hands now, a way out of the situation.
Right, Rika, absolutely, because Pakistan was adamant. They clearly said we will not play against India. We also saw early in the day how Pakistan was peddling fake narrative, saying that it was the ICC which reached out to them and convinced them to play. But Rika, will right now all eyes on the PCB chairman, Mohsin Naqvi's press briefing, which will take place, I'm guessing, in just moments from now. And of course, the kind of reasoning that Mohsin Naqvi will be giving for all this drama, because earlier, of course, sources also told NDTV that the players were perhaps ready to play, but they said that it was the Pakistan government that did not want us to play against India.
Let me set a few facts straight. Pakistan Cricket Board did not reach out to ICC. Pakistan Cricket Board mailed Sri Lanka Cricket that they will not play against India when Sri Lanka Cricket had asked them whether they are prepared to play or not, because Sri Lanka would incur heavy losses. That's when Pakistan told Sri Lanka that they will not play India in Sri Lanka, citing the force majeure clause. That's when ICC picked up and said, and ICC very senior officials told them that this doesn't come under force measure and they will be subjected to heavy sanctions. That led to the meeting in Lahore. Initially, ICC wanted the Pakistan officials to get to Dubai, but Pakistan wanted to do the meeting in Lahore. The meeting happened in Lahore, and Pakistan now sees reason in playing the match because now they know heavy sanctions will be imposed on them. Secondly, Mr. Naqvi is unlikely to do a press conference right now. He has already done one in the evening, where I mentioned he continues to play hardball. But tomorrow, expect a press conference or a formal announcement by the Pakistan Prime Minister,
Right, Rika.
Sharif.
Right, Rika. We also have with us Boria Majumdar. Boria, of course, you were extremely convinced that Pakistan will be taking a U-turn, and there we have it. The India versus Pakistan match is on the 15th of February. Your take on this?
Yeah, I mean, the announcement will come very soon. I mean, either tonight from the Prime Minister, like Rika was saying, and from what I know, the Pakistan Prime Minister has spoken to the Sri Lankan Prime Minister as well, because they need a face saver. They need to posture. Imagine Mohsin Naqvi doing a press conference, and this is a cricket game, for God's sake. And he says, "Hum darte nahi hai, Field Marshal kisko to sab janta hai." Arey, why are you invoking the Field Marshal? This is a cricket game. The ICC delegation visited your country yesterday. Your Prime Minister was the one who said openly that the team will not play against India. Why don't you have some respect for your own Prime Minister and that chair? You are saying, "Hum darte nahi hai." No one said not to play. Right. You were the one who selectively boycotted. Your Prime Minister said this. Now you are going for a U-turn. That's also okay. But at least have some respect. Have some respect not to use words like Field Marshal को तो जानते हैं. कौन Field Marshal को जानेगा? क्यों जानेगा? Relevant. उनका इसमें क्या participation है? उनका क्या इसमें? What is the even? How does he even come into this? I don't even understand this. Now, this is the kind of clownery that you kind of expect from Pakistan, and that's exactly what has happened again. Rika and I have been consulting notes for the last 4-5 days. Each day we said the U-turn is going to happen. Today morning I broke that on NDTV that it's almost done, and now it is done. When the announcement will come very shortly is what I'm told. Pakistan media has also started to air the news that the thing is done. But overall, they will now say 4 or 5 things. One, that it is for the sake of Sri Lanka. It is for the sake of Bangladesh. It is for the sake of the United Arab Emirates. It is for the sake of associate member countries. And they will posture as if they are the saviors of global cricket. That's why they've done what they've done. That's the only face saver that the domestic political constituency will be pushed to, and that gullible political constituency will perhaps buy that. But that's your Pakistan narrative.
Right. Boria, would you say that the press release that has come from Bangladesh Cricket Board just now is absolutely a win-win situation, and that's probably Pakistan's way out of the situation? The last line where Aminul Bulbul asks them to play the match against India on 15th.
So it is a match fixed game, isn't it? I mean, you and I both know. And I got a paper which I should have shown on NDTV. It's written in Bangla after Aminul Bulbul landed in Dhaka. It's a Bengali written paper where he says that one of the demands that they were talking about is India will help in the Bangladesh Premier League. The BCCI will help. Are you delusional? Your country doesn't want to come to India and play cricket, and you are expecting the BCCI to go and help in the Bangladesh Premier League. Then you do a complete U-turn and you are requesting Pakistan to go and play. Come on here. I mean, both of us know, Rika, what we are talking about here. This is every possible kind of step is being taken to give Pakistan a face saver, give Pakistan a kind of way out, give Pakistan a kind of narrative on which they can stand and say, oh, you know what, at least our Pakistan Prime Minister doesn't look bad. Absolutely anyone with some sense will see through this and understand what's going on.
Right. Boria, I also want to ask you that we earlier saw, of course, how Pakistan wanted to make the little club with Bangladesh when it said that we will not play against India. But do you see that there was some kind of pressure which was built on Pakistan? Because we also heard that statement from Emirates saying that Pakistan should play the T20 match against India. So do you feel like all Pakistan's friends perhaps sidelined Pakistan to perhaps convince them to play the game?
Obviously, first it was Sri Lanka, who told them very categorically that during a terrorist attack in your country, we backed you. Now you damn well reciprocate. Then it was the Emirates Cricket Board, Mubashir Usmani, who was actually negotiating on behalf of the ICC. So that tells you where the Emirates Cricket Board stands. The Emirates Cricket Board wrote a letter which basically said the same, that we've given you our infrastructure, we've given you our logistic support, we've given you everything. Now it is your turn to reciprocate. Then Bangladesh, if Aminul Bulbul, Rika just said, Aminul Bulbul in his press release says go play, then what more is to be said? Bangladesh is the one that ICC has asked to lead. And Pakistan said in solidarity with Bangladesh, and the same Bangladesh is saying go and play. Do you have any further ground to stand on? This is clownery of a very different level. Think about it. Bangladesh, solidarity. Bangladesh is saying go and play. Do you have any further leg to stand on?
We also have a sports journalist joining us from Pakistan. Sir, what do you have to say about this U-turn? After 8 days of drama, Pakistan has finally agreed to play the T20 World Cup against India in Colombo.
I've been waiting here. Well, at the moment, Pakistan hasn't finally reached the verdict yet. They haven't said yet that they are going to play against India. It's still an ongoing discussion in Pakistan right now, so I cannot say anything about that. But yes, if the government of Pakistan decides to directs the Pakistan Cricket Board to play, they will play, but they haven't so far. Yes.
All right, well, what I can actually do at this stage is, Omer Saab, you know, the news that we are breaking over here on NDTV, and we've got the finest sports journalists in the country with us, is that Pakistan will play. There's been a U-turn for Pakistan. The demands that they were making for revenue, for bilateral ties, and for protocol has been rejected, and that they have now decided to play. So the match is back on. In fact, as Boria was mentioning a few moments back, it's Bangladesh with whom Pakistan had arrived in solidarity, who actually went and told them that no, you carry on and you play the match. So it's over for Pakistan, and this little tantrum is done. Can we hope to see some positive cricket going forward beyond these semantics, because it's a done deal?
I've also seen the press release by the Bangladesh Cricket Board, and yes, they have asked Pakistan. That's true, but the thing is that until and unless the government of Pakistan directs the Pakistan Cricket Board, they will not even announce that Pakistan is going to play India. It's all in the government's court, and just like that, it has happened in the past that India has, BCCI has always asked first get the clearance for government. The same thing is with Pakistan.
Right. What is happening now is taking place with the level, with the clearance evidently of the government. It wouldn't be as big as the news is. Boria, just for the benefit of our viewers tuning in, could you confirm that Pakistan, after their tantrum, will now be playing?
You did a meeting with the Bangladesh Cricket Board president, who is Mohsin Naqvi. He's not a cricket board chief. He's the Interior Affairs Minister. He's your number two. He invokes the field marshal. He doesn't mention the Prime Minister. He invokes the field marshal in his press conference in that Multan Sultan auction. He met the Bangladesh Cricket Board chief. Pakistan invited Aminul Bulbul to come. Aminul Bulbul issues a press release. The last line is, we request Pakistan to play. Sir, with due respect and humility, do you still have doubts that this is a fixed game? That you want a face saver, you want a way out, you want the world to feel at least we've got something to stand on, at least some respect to stand on? Come on. I mean, have some sense to at least accept and agree on public television that this posturing has come to nothing. We don't want to push this point more, but you called Bangladesh to your home. The president of Bangladesh Cricket Board went to Pakistan at your invite. He's now pushing out a press release which says go play. After this, you still want to bring clownery of a different level.
In fact, let me just briefly go through the sequence of events, Omer Saab. The match is back on, most likely. In fact, we are reporting over here that it is back on. The ICC has rejected the PCB's demands. I spelled out the three demands the PCB had made earlier on. There have been intense back-channel conversations. The Sri Lanka Cricket Board, who would have suffered a massive revenue loss if the match didn't take place against India, they've pushed Pakistan towards a reversal. Bangladesh has gone and said that, look, no, please do go ahead and play. Therefore, it seems now clear that Pakistan will play. I think the key point over here, and Atul, why don't you join me on this, is that with these politics done, at least for the moment, we hope the game of cricket can be positive, because there's nothing better for us than India-Pakistan.
Not really. I think it is... it will save Pakistan from bankruptcy, cricketing bankruptcy. True. And I think this is the circus of the absurd. I mean, I totally agree with Boria. And in the evening when we did the show, and Boria had said that, there's more chance of the match happening than not. And I knew it. I just remembered the Salman Khan's dialogue. एक बार मैंने commitment कर दी, तो मैं खुद की नहीं सुनता. पाकिस्तान का क्या है कि एक बार commitment कर दी, तो मैं सबकी सुनता और मैं U-turn करता ही करता हूँ. Because, and they wanted a face saver, and they've got it. उसमें होना कुछ नहीं है. I mean, and the point is now, they have to go out there and win now. I mean, they have brought all their focus on themselves. And what? I mean, I felt like, I was just thinking Mustafizur Rahman seems to be like Archduke Ferdinand of Sarajevo when he was shot, the World War started. I mean, just by one person came out, the whole cricketing world imploded. And Bangladesh is saying now, requesting. So I think what kind of, they think people are fools. And I think if this is a face saver for them, and they believe that this is a face saver for them, then I feel sorry for them. But remember, everybody will remember this blackmailing, this bulldozing. You can forgive sometimes, but you'll never forget. Revenge is best served cold.
Rika, the three demands that Pakistan was trying to make, which haven't been accepted. Number one, revenue. They wanted a larger share of the ICC's financial revenue. That isn't happening. Bilateral ties, a formal agreement to resume bilateral cricket series. That's not happened, I think, in 13 odd years. So that's not also been agreed upon at this stage. And protocol. There should be enforcement of handshake protocols to keep the game professional regardless of political heat. There is nothing to suggest that any of this has been accepted. It's just backroom pressure. The Pakistan Cricket Board realizing that there is revenue at stake, it makes sense for them to play. Would that be right, Rika?
Well, Vishnu, I think the Pakistan Cricket Board was confused. On one hand, they were not keen on playing India in this T20 fixture. On the other hand, they were asking for bilaterals against India. So clearly, they were confused as to what they wanted. And this was not the forum to ask for bilaterals. Secondly, when it comes to handshake, that is probably decided by the two governments. So ICC was in no position to commit to handshakes happening in the future. So these two are definitely out of the window. One of the things that they requested was no sanction on Bangladesh for not playing and also not fining them. And ICC had already decided on that. They already had a replacement team. So there was no question of fining or putting any sanctions on Bangladesh for this. And of course, India is not going to go and help Bangladesh in the Bangladesh Cricket League. All of these, demands really sounded absurd, and ICC has struck down these demands of Pakistan Cricket Board. Mr. Naqvi needed a face saver, and he has got the face saver through the Bangladesh Cricket Board release. It is a win-win situation for Pakistan and Bangladesh, as they are saying. But at the end of the day, they don't make themselves look good in front of the entire cricketing world.
Bodia, where does this leave Bangladesh cricket? Because they threw their own tantrum. They didn't want to play in our country. They were told, no, sorry, so you don't have to play at all. And Scotland came into the tournament. So where does this leave Bangladesh cricket going forward?
If there is one loser in this whole thing, Vishnu, that's Bangladesh. One loser. Pakistan wanted to play the World Cup. They are playing the World Cup. They will continue to play against India. They will not lose any revenue. They will lose nothing. Pakistan will be part of it. I mean, all they wanted was they lose some credibility, which is fine. But if you actually think of it, Bangladesh players, they qualified to play the World Cup. By the way, let me also tell you this. Today, there was a tournament in Bangladesh. Today, I've got photographs. Today, there was a tournament in Bangladesh hastily put together by the BCB so as to give the players something to play. The Bangladesh media boycotted their own tournament. There was not one journalist play there at the Sher-e-Bangla Stadium. That is the state of Bangladesh cricket as we speak. They have nothing to fall back on. They are asking Pakistan and India to play. They are not there in the World Cup. Their players are twiddling their thumbs. They don't know what is happening to their cricket. Yes, ICC will not sanction them. They threw in the towel long back saying we will not escalate this anymore. Then why on earth did you push this? You created this entire issue. You could have fought with BCCI. You could have boycotted the IPL on the Mustafizur issue. Why did you make this an ICC fight? Why did you make this a world cricket fight? You had no business to. And then you started posturing because 2 days later is the Bangladesh elections. You started bringing in geopolitics. You started bringing in the radical fundamentalist sections into this whole thing. And now look where you stand. Your own journalists of world cricket in Bangladesh boycotting your own tournament. So I say this, I've done a column for tomorrow. If there's one loser in this entire saga, that is Bangladesh cricket.
But should we not, Atul, spare a thought for Mustafizur? He thought he had a cricketing future in India. He's a really nice guy and a very fine bowler. He had to go back, and there are geopolitics at play over here, let's face it. How does one cricketer, one individual sort of deal with a situation like this?
But this is what happens when you weaponize cricket. Bangladesh regime, Bangladesh political, the body made this an issue. I mean, just one day, if I don't know, maybe in hindsight, we could have waited also before asking KKR to drop him. We could have carried on. But by that time, there was so much backlash in India that every channel was on about Mustafizur Rahman. I was feeling sorry for the guy. That's why I've changed his name to Archduke Ferdinand. But Bangladesh, by just getting that one guy, Bangladeshi, out of the IPL, they burned the whole house down, immediately. And if Mustafizur was still in KKR, then there was no security problem in India. So I mean, come on. Then they should have had the guts to say that we are pulling out because you have kicked out our player. No, say it's a security concern, because that is the clause teams in world cricket or wherever they use to actually bypass stores. And India has done it also. But Bangladesh went down this road, and it's Armageddon.
Rika, the other way, of course, of looking at this is that, look, India is by far and away the most powerful cricket board. The ICC and India are intertwined massively. Countries like Bangladesh or Pakistan need the support of a major contributor to the ICC like India, and therefore they need to be realistic about the battles they choose outside the cricket field.
Absolutely. All of them need to be realistic about the battles they choose. And Vishnu, it really is funny because on one hand, Mr. Naqvi refuses to play this T20 match against India in Colombo. On the other hand, there is an emerging Asia Cup match of the women that is going to go on, that's between India and Pakistan, that's going to go on in Bangkok on the same day. And there is no talk about that match. And, Pakistan doesn't have a problem with that. So clearly, because of the commercial value of this match, Mr. Naqvi decided to push his agenda, bargain over this match. And perhaps he didn't realize that it wasn't really the right thing to choose, right moment to, fight against India.
All right, so just in case our viewers are tuning in, and we'll take a short break. Up next, Pakistan will be playing the T20 World Cup after having this huge outburst where they said that they wouldn't play, but now it appears they're back on track. You've got Boria, who actually broke this news with Rika on all of the details. So Boria, what are the details now? What were the circumstances for viewers just tuning in which made Pakistan change its mind?
Four things. One, Pakistan made the call in solidarity with Bangladesh. Now, the one country which stands to lose the most is Bangladesh, financially and in other ways. If you think about it, the Bangladesh share from the ICC would have been stopped. The Bangladesh Premier League would have been a non-starter if international players wouldn't have gone. And the money that comes from India, Pakistan, which is basically what ICC uses to help these other countries and their revenue share, Bangladesh is 29.7 million, that would have also gone down. So in trying to help Bangladesh, Pakistan was actually harming Bangladesh, number one. Number two, Sri Lanka. During Pakistan's worst times, terrorist attacks in Pakistan, Sri Lanka did not leave the country and continued and finished the series. They now want the reciprocal favor. United Arab Emirates. Emirates has given Pakistan logistics and infrastructure and every kind of support. Now they want Pakistan to return the favor. So Pakistan was ring-fenced from everywhere in trying to do their posturing, saying we will boycott. All of a sudden they realized by doing the boycott, they themselves are harming themselves financially, legally, and otherwise they're opening up a can of worms. And these other countries are also demanding from them that don't do it, because you're actually harming the edifice of the global game. In all of this, the BCCI will not even get impacted. India's net earnings, Vishnu, is 18,300 crores and Pakistan is at 400 crores. Is there a comparison there? No. For India, it's a speck in the ocean. Once they realized that it was all, ring-fenced, they needed a face saver, because the Prime Minister had shot himself on the foot and said Pakistan will not play. Now, what is the face saver? The face saver is let Bangladesh request, let Sri Lanka request, let Emirates Cricket Board request, let everyone request, and we will play the big brother in trying to be the savior of world cricket. That's your entire narrative.
All right. So, well, it's good that they requested it. Everybody requested. If they wanted the face saver, they got that face saver. But one way or the other, Pakistan is back after throwing their tantrum. We'll take a short break, come back with more.